Today we are going to learn about human reproductive system. Under human reproductive system, first we will learn male reproductive system. The male reproductive system comprises of a pair of testes, accessory ducts, accessory glands and external genitalia. So male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes, accessory ducts, accessory glands and external genitalia. In this video you will learn about testes. Okay, in this video you will learn about testes. Testes are the primary male sex organs. They are a pair of ovoid bodies lying in the scrotum. So what is the first point? Testes are the primary male sex organs. You should remember, in male reproductive system, which is the primary sex organ? Testes. Testes are the primary male sex organs. They are pair of ovoid bodies lying in the scrotum. So where is the location of testis? It is lying in the scrotum. Second point, the scrotum is a sac of skin that hangs outside the abdominal cavity. Where is the location of scrotum? It is a sac of skin that hangs outside the abdominal cavity. So it is an organ located outside the body. Where is the location? It is located outside the abdominal cavity. So first point, testes are the primary male sex organs. They are a pair of ovoid bodies lying in the scrotum. Second point, the location of scrotum. Scrotum is a sac of skin that hangs outside the abdominal cavity. Since viable sperms cannot be produced at normal body temperature, the scrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity to provide a temperature 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than the normal internal body temperature. Thus, the scrotum acts as a thermoregulator for spermatogenesis. So you know, the scrotum is located outside the body, that is outside the abdominal cavity. And also the live or viable sperms cannot be produced by our normal body temperature. That is the main reason the scrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity. Can you follow? Viable or live sperms cannot be produced by our normal internal body temperature. That is the main reason the scrotum is located outside the abdominal cavity to provide a temperature 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than the normal internal body temperature. So what is the first point? Testes are the primary male sex organs. They are a pair of ovoid bodies lying in the scrotum. The scrotum is a sac of skin that hangs outside the abdominal cavity. Then why they are located outside? Because viable sperms cannot be produced by our normal temperature. So they need a temperature 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than the internal normal body temperature. Thus, the scrotum acts as a thermoregulator for spermatogenesis. Fourth point, each testis consists of highly coiled testicular tubules or seminiferous tubules, which forms 80% of the testicular substance, are the sites for sperm production. So each testis consists of highly coiled testicular tubules or seminiferous tubules. You should remember the term seminiferous tubules. Each testis consists of highly coiled testicular tubules or seminiferous tubules, which forms 80% of the testicular substance, are the site for sperm production. So in testis, which is the site for the production of sperm, which is the site? seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are the sites for the sperm production. So, fifth point, the stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule is made up of two types of cells, namely Sertoli cells or nurse cells and spermatogonic cells or male germ cells. So we learned about seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are the sites for sperm production. The stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule is made up of two types of cells. Can you follow me? The stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule is made up of two types of cells, namely Sertoli cells or nurse cells and spermatogonic cells or male germ cells. Sertoli cells are elongated and pyramidal and provide nourishment to the sperms till maturation. So what is the function of Sertoli cells? They are elongated and pyramidal and provide nourishment to the sperms till maturation. So the sperms are nourished by the Sertoli cells or nurse cells. The sperms are nourished by the Sertoli cells or the nurse cells. They also secrete inhibin, a hormone which is involved in the negative feedback control of sperm production. So what is the meaning of negative feedback? Decrease in function. So you know inhibin or inhibit, which will stop the production. So which one is responsible for that? There is a hormone secreted by the Sertoli cells which is involved in the negative feedback control of sperm production. So you know the stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule is made up of two types of cells, that is Sertoli cells or nurse cells, which is responsible for the nourishment of the sperms till maturation. The Sertoli cells also produce a hormone called inhibin, which is involved in the negative feedback control of the sperm production. Second type of cells are the spermatogonic cells, which divide meiotically and differentiate to produce spermatozoa. So what is the second type of cell? It is the spermatogonic cells which divide meiotically and differentiate to produce spermatozoa. So you know the 80% of the testicular substance that is the site for sperm production is the seminiferous tubules. The seminiferous tubules consist of some stratified epithelium, that is the stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule is made up of two types of cells, Sertoli cells or nurse cells and the spermatogonic cells or male germ cells. So the spermatogonic cells of the seminiferous tubule is responsible to produce the sperm or spermatozoa. Next point, interstitial cells or Leydig cells are embedded in the soft connective tissue surrounding the seminiferous tubules. So interstitial cells or Leydig cells are embedded in the soft connective tissue surrounding the seminiferous tubules. Interstitial cells are embedded in the soft connective tissue surrounding the seminiferous tubules. These interstitial cells are endocrine in nature and secrete androgens, namely the testosterone hormone. So you know the interstitial cells are endocrine in nature. You know the endocrine glands are responsible for the production of hormones. So here the interstitial cells or the Leydig cells are endocrine in nature, which is responsible for the production of male hormone, that is testosterone, which initiate the process of spermatogenesis. So already we learned what is spermatogenesis, that is the formation of sperm. So which is initiated, that is spermatogenesis is initiated by the male hormone, that is the testosterone. 10th point, these cells are endocrine in nature and are characteristic feature of the testes of mammals. These cells means the interstitial cells or the Leydig cells are endocrine in nature. They are responsible for the production of male hormone, that is the testosterone, and it is the characteristic feature of the testes of mammals. So it is the special characteristic feature of the testes of mammals. So we learned 10 points regarding testes. First point is the testes are the primary male sex organs. They are ovoidal in shape, lying in the scrotum. Second point, scrotum is a sac of skin that hangs outside the abdominal cavity. Viable or live sperms cannot be produced at our normal body temperature. So, this scrotum is lying outside the body, and also the temperature ranging from 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than our normal internal body temperature is responsible for the production of sperm. So, what is the third point? Viable sperms cannot be produced at our normal body temperature. The scrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity to provide a temperature 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than the normal body temperature. Thus, the scrotum acts as thermoregulator for spermatogenesis. Fourth point, each testis consists of highly coiled testicular tubules or seminiferous tubules, which forms 80% of the testicular substance and are the sites for sperm production. Which is the site for sperm production? Seminiferous tubules. Fifth point, the stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule is made up of two types of cells. They are Sertoli cells and spermatogonic cells. Sertoli cells are involved in the nourishment of the sperm. Spermatogonic cells divide meiotically to produce the spermatozoa. Next point, interstitial cells or Leydig cells that are embedded in the connective tissue surrounding the seminiferous tubules, which is endocrine in function, that is they are responsible for production of hormone. What is the hormone name? Testosterone, which initiates the process of spermatogenesis. The male hormone testosterone initiates the process of spermatogenesis. Last point,